Hi, my name's Carl Tape. I'm going to show you how to use the Alaska Division of Geological and Geophysical Surveys interactive fault map. Type in here in Google, Alaska Interactive Faults, and we see here interactive maps. Click on there. Here's the Quaternary Fault and Folds database. You can find this in different ways, but I like to make sure you can find it through a logical Google search. So here it is right here. We'll close this disclaimer at the bottom, and you can see a map of Alaska. At the lower right, it's kind of blurry legend, but it shows you that the faults here are colored based on the age of most recent surface deformation, red being historical. For example, the subduction megathrust here of the Pacific under Alaska, shown in red where the whole boundary is broken, or the strike slip fault in the east here, Fairweather fault, the Denali fault 2002. These are all red. Then it goes latest Pleistocene, Holocene, Quaternary, mid-Quaternary, and Quaternary. We also see these ellipses where they're just seismic zones where there's fault activity in the form of earthquakes, but not a clear geologically mapped fault at the surface. So we can use the zoom in capabilities. You've got also point out a legend here at the lower left for scale. And let's just go through some of the base maps you can show. OpenStreetMaps, you got this option, topographic, shaded relief. Here we go. So back to the default, and I'll just zoom in on one particular area to give an idea of how you might use this. As we get in here, this is a complicated part, Canada, Alaska border here in southeast. And you can click on a fault. So here's a Yakutat fault. It shows the age, the slip rate in millimeters per year, the slip sense here given strike slip. What are some of the faults in this region? For example, here, this is Buncus Point fault, age less than 150 years, reverse fault R. This one was actually uplifted 43 feet in the 1899 earthquake. So huge uplift on that fault. We can look nearby though. A more sort of famous faults would be Fairweather fault. That's the plate boundary between Pacific and North America. It indicates it's a strike slip fault. This is a right lateral fault. The Pacific plate here is moving up to the northwest with the Yakutat block relative to mainland North America. It shows greater than 5 millimeters per year. In fact, the slip rate is much more than that, something like 45 millimeters per year across this plate boundary. So you can click in on any of these and get that information. In some cases, you may want, for example, to see the imagery might give a better idea. You know, here's a spectacular Malaspina Glacier shown here. You get a better idea of where these faults are with respect to glaciers and everything in this region. So hopefully that gives you an idea to explore active faults in Alaska and really get an idea for all the activity and deformation complementary to earthquakes in Alaska.